How's it going, guys? Troy from Drunk Guy Explains. We're here doing an advanced crap strategy with a $5,000 bankroll at a $25 table.
Melting stacks and building racks, baby. DGE. Best craps game in town. Believe it.
Alright, we've wrapped our chips. Feel free to screenshot this to make sure I got $5,000. We're going to do a $25 table. I'm going to offset $25 in the pass and don't pass. Standard DGE stuff. And you know what, we're going to kick it out. Usually I wait until I see a couple of shooters, but for right now, we're just going to risk it for the biscuit. Let's see what kind of dice we got today. I'm going to get some midnight, some green, some circus. We've had subscribers be very generous to mail me some real casino dice, and I always like to use them. Ooh, I don't want to do red and black. Let's do blue and green. All right. Blue and green. So I think these are circas. Play circa? Yep, that's circa. And I think these are just my blueies. All right, so we gotta sit here and get this working. Let me go ahead and get my pucks out. Boom, she working, $30.68. Let's make it happen. We got ourselves a 9. I'm not even gonna waste my time or my effort picking up those chips. We're just gonna keep those working and put $75 on the odds and keep rolling for 3. We got ourselves a Yo 11 at 5-6 on the sticks. Let's just keep it going. Got ourselves another 9-point made, $75 lost. Why? It's not like I have child support payments. All right, so we've made 1 point, lost $75. I'm gonna convert my stuff. Ooh, how about we put that back?
Didn't you lose that 6 and 8 because it's still on?
No, because I made the point.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yep, and so we lost the 75 odds though, so I'm gonna just do 80 right here. We're always toying around with where I have my rack, so if I ever sit here and accidentally take my money away or give myself too much money, just let me know. That is off. Yeah, so you gotta make sure for that. 7 out, so that right there loses 80. We've lost 75 and 80 for a total of 155. Have no fear, this is what $5,000 is for. Going straight into, what was it, 75 and 80 for 155. Then we got 160 right here on the don't. And let's keep rolling. Nothing like starting a video out with just maniacs. All right, that is a 5, a 2, 3 just for me. And we're gonna put the points of 5. These are gonna remain off. And we're going. If you're already at $160, 954 on the floor. If you already have $160 on the second point, the $5,000 bankroll, no need to press numbers or anything like that. We just need to sit here and make our money back, get to a next shooter. That's a 6 on the sticks or a 4-2 just for you guys. All right, keep going. That is an 8, fat 8. I always say a fat 8 because you never want a skinny 8, you know? Those girls will always leave you. We got ourselves snake eyes. 1-1 for the one time. All right. That is a 3, 2-1 for the one time as well. We're getting lower numbers, but we're not getting more money with it. That's another 6. That is a 4-2 just for you. Don't worry, guys. It's out there. Don't worry. You just got to take it slow. Let it come to you. 7 out. We're going to take this puck, put it right here. We have 160. That will pay 160. So, rack it back up. Offset your pass and don't pass. Turn these old girls on. They working. And just like that, we're back off to the races. Nothing like getting a bunch of 7s on the come out right at the beginning. That is a 10, a 4-6 on the sticks. I'm going to go ahead and put the 10 right here. We have $60 working. I'm going to have 120 coming for odds. And we're going to let it run for 3 rolls. 10, fat repeater. Why not? If it's a repeater, it's going to beat her because I'm sure as heck feeling abused right now. All right, so 120 lost. Go ahead and put that right there. Take this back up, and we're going to do 125 on the don't. Nothing like starting a session out, guys, with the worst case scenario, but oddly enough, we haven't lost money. That is a 3. So what happens with a 3? I can't remember. Oh, yeah, I get paid. So, boom, 125. Now, we've already made a point, and that point was a 10. And now we hit a 3 to get us out of this K-hole that we put ourselves in. So I'm going to sit here and put 25 on the don't. Why? You got an opportunity to get even. You've already made a 10. Every point you make after another point is always harder to make. So why not get a little cheese for the cheddar and tax the casino for them trying to get your money, all right? So we're going to go ahead and roll it out. 7, lost 25. You're like, oh, well, that was a pretty good idea. But guess what? Same progression, now at lower numbers. I feel better about it. So now we got 1 7. So no 10s have been thrown, no 4s have been thrown. We still have 1 point made. That is a Nina 9. So if there is a Nina 9, I got $30 on the don't. Let's say we get a little bit froggy. I could have had some craziness with the 10. 7 and a 9. Let's go ahead and put 75 odds and turn that 6 and 8 on. Why? Why not work after a 7? Let's see what we get here. 4, 1 3 just for me does nothing. 1 4 thrown if you carry that DGE 410 tally system. 9. All right, so we've lost 25 and 30 for 55, 105, and now we got $130 down. 9 points been made. Turn this little girl off. We put 135 on the don't pass, and just like that, instead of coming into our second point with $125, like we lost the 10, we're coming into the third point with $135. Great positions to be in. That is a 6 on the sticks. You never want to see a 6 on a third point, but guess what? We just keep everything off. Minimalize our exposure because that is a very common number and keep going. That is a 3. Why couldn't you roll that last time? You know when the point was off. I guess that's what happens when you just beg too much for it. That is a 7 out, 4, 3, 7. Now, it just seems to me that I'm just losing constantly, but you notice I'm adding 5 every time to the don't pass. So I'm making money very, very slowly. 135, phase 135. Woo. Click back, reset, turn on. Haven't gotten any kind of love off that 6 and 8 yet. But at least I get to show you all putting odds on stuff, chasing those DPs. That is a 6. I spoke too soon. It finally paid me $35 the honest way. All right, so I get paid $35. Turn off. But you know what? I'm a little greedy. So I'm going to sit here and just press that 6 by $6. It's still off. I don't know why I sat here and did it like that, but a little rusty, dusty, and crusty. Now let this roll out. My God, take a drink, take a breath, take a minute. That is a 5. Why? You notice the first 3 shooters just took your soul away with repeaters and don't pass bets. Anytime you start losing money or gaining money quickly, slow it down. 6, point made. Ooh. Bloop. All right, keep going. We're not doing anything with a 6. 6s mean nothing to me. Look at that, another 6. You don't do anything with 6s. Just let them be. Like I said, we used to have people making numbers over and over and over and over again. Sometimes you just need to slow it down. That's a 5. What do you think, Eric? Is that a 5?
Can't tell, but yeah.
Well, the dealer sees that 3 just for me. It's a 5. Even so, you see I bobbled it and it turned into a 3. Doesn't matter.
Now, you know in a real casino they would call that a no roll unless it was a 7, then they call it.
Yeah, exactly. They always like to do that. If it sees a 7, if there's ever some kind of wobble in these dice, I'm here to tell you guys, they're going to call that 7. Especially on a 6-4 or 6-1. Oh, it is a deadly combination. 6! Look at that. Second point made. Don't worry, guys. I don't consider that too much of a hot shooter. It's the second most common, easily thrown number possible. So 7 is the most common. 6 and 8 is the second most common. We got ourselves a 10. Now, hold on now. Now, listen. I said a lot of junk for those 6 points. Now, let's talk about this situation. You just rolled a 10, a point's a 10. We're on a third point. We had no come out 7s. This is the time where I would capitalize and just pyramid it. When I say pyramid, that means I'm just going to put 50, and they'll just do this. For a fat pyramid, $50 on 10. Let's see how it plays out, Cotton. 7! It's called pay me. That's how it pays out. So that comes off. These come down. The dealer's going to look at me and say, fine, take the money. And I'm like, oh, I'll try to now. Oh, sorry about that. We're going to turn these on. We've reset the pass and don't pass. And now we're doing it all over again. How easy that was, guys. Nice, slow, gentle. Nice. Whoa, we got to send here a random one, but don't worry, I'm going to... That was CGI. You just guys don't realize it. All right, that is a 1-3 just for me. That turns it into a 4. Now, I'll sit here and say, okay, this was the press. I have 60 out there, so I'm only going to back up what I've originally stayed for. So 120 in odds for 3 rolls. See if we can't hit that 6 and 8. I'd really like a 6, but I'll settle for an 8. Actually, I'll even settle for a 7. Boom! Look at that. Sometimes you just got to call them out. All right, so I'm just going to put the $6 right here. 120, pay 60. Boom. I've lost the $6. Like, well, you're down 6. No. I made $35 and pressed the 6 by $6. So that $6 lost means I gained $29 in profit earlier on. So what do you think I'm going to do? Yep, you're exactly right. 6 and 8, $30, 6 and 8. She working. Reset my pass and don't pass, and we're going to go right back off to the races. Ba-ba-ba-bum. That is a 4 on the floor. Man, what are you doing to me? Man, like we're already 10 minutes in and I can't get nothing going. You know what? It's time. It's time. I can feel it, Paul. All right, we're going to sit here and now do the inside. You can't hit repeaters on me all day. There's 110 out there. That means I'm going to put 220 on the don't. I only have a 20-minute episode. The parole officer won't let me get any more. So let's sit here and see if we can't make some money before we have to go back. That is a 7, if you can't tell, 6-1 for the one time. So we have 110 out here. As you can see, we have 220 right here. It's a wash. But you know what I'm going to do? Put all this back. And now we're going to have that 110 working. You can't keep hitting 7s and repeaters on me over and over and over and over and over again, guys. It's impossible. Maybe it is possible, but I don't know. We working. Let's get out there. That is a 12. They finally found a way just to cost me $25. Now, sometimes I'll just reset. Sometimes I'll chase the 25. We only have 10 minutes left. I'm going to just leave it just as is and just have that don't pass going. All right. We're still working. That is an 8, a 5-3 just for me. That 8 is going to pay $35. I'm once again going to press it by $6. Turn all this off. Move this to here, and believe it or not, guys, now I made $35, which once again put $6 into the system, so now I've made $29 in the rack. But remember, I lost the pass line for $25. It's an 8, the second most likely. I'm going to take this 25 off, and so now I've only made $4 because I'm going to account for the loss on the don't pass line, or excuse me, the pass line for the come out 12. That is an 8, and that's exactly why. Look at that, guys. We sat here and immediately hit the 8. I took the don't pass down because of how easy it is to make these 6s and 8s. And now it cost me 0 money. And now I'm at a better position with still $5 gained, and I can really attack it now. For this, because I know I'm on limited time, I'm going to put $25 around the pass line, or don't pass line, keep these off, and let's see what happens. That is a 10. I really like that. So we've made a 10. I got money on the don't. I'm up $5, so realistically I have $25 at stake. Let's get a little froggy. These are going to remain off, but once again, I'm just going to pyramid this right here. Straight into the don't pass. That is a 7 out. So they're going to not take these because they're off. They're going to pay this, which is the contract bet, and then they're going to pay this for the $50 odds. Reset yourself, click it back. Turn it on. Once again, guys, I'm trying to tell you they can't keep throwing 7s forever. So let's see here and see if we can make something happen. That is a 9. That's right here. Gets paid $35. 9 comes right here. Drop to 25. I'm going to sit here and make $75 odds. Now you notice $75 odds. That's going to pay $50. Well, Charlie, you have more than $50 out here. But remember, I did make $35 off that win rate. So my logic is I'm parlaying my profit to cover the 5, and my don't will cover the 6 and 8. This $6 was once again a press from a separate motion. So right here, I've minimalized my don't pass odds. I've maximized my exposure to get paid and protected myself from the 7. I know, guys, a lot of moving parts here. That is a 5, pays $35. I'm going to drop the 5. Now, if you think about it, I got paid $35 for the 9. I got paid $35 for the 5. And so now I am covered in all this. So if I wanted to reduce this down, I could, which just for the sake of this conversation, I'm going to reduce it to 60. So now I'm just slowly minimalizing all the ways that it could truly cost me money, which is called rolling a 9, to be honest with you. So let's sit here and go. That's a fat 6. 6. All right, 6 is going to pay 35. I'm once again going to sit here and press it by $6. That's 3 rolls. I'm going to sit here and turn off. This is off, but I've made some money. Let's see if we can't tax them one more time on the back end. I mean, who doesn't want to go for the double tap? All right, and so we're off and just rolling for a 7. That is a fat 9. So look at this, guys. If I was greedy, I would have sat here and lost so much money trying to juice these numbers up, but I kept slowly reducing down my risk. So now I'm only out 30 bucks. Right here, you can make the decision and say, well, you know what? I've gotten 3 hits out of this. I hit the 9, the 5, and the 6. I'm going to consider that $30 a waste, but we're not here doing that at DGE. We're here to make money. We're here to melt stacks and build racks. So I'm just going to put a solid, humble $35 on the don't pass line. We've made the 9 point. These are going to remain off, and we're rolling. That is another 9, and you know what? Now I am greedy. Now you got me all mad. We're going to go ahead and put another $30 odds on that. Why? Guys, can't throw 9s forever, right? You can only throw them for an hour and a half, but you can't throw them forever. Someday the ball has got to drop. That is a 6 on the sticks. Doesn't matter. These are off. That's a 5 for the guys. Don't worry, we're still off. I'm just doing this for ASMR sakes, you know, for the OnlyFans. Boom, we got ourselves another 5 for the guys, or a 3-2 just for you. Maybe it's even a 2-3 just for me. 12 buck stars to 66. Doesn't matter. We ain't got money on the 12, do we? Do we? No, we don't. I double check that. We got ourselves a 9. So let's think about this. We lost 30 plus 35 for 65 plus another 30 for $95. Let's go ahead and take all this away. Yep. Boom. Second point made, and we're going to put a little marker. Boom, we've made this twice. Now you're thinking to yourself, like, dang, dude, like, I don't know, man, like, you made 2 points, maybe it's a hard shooter. No, every point that's made makes it harder to make the next point. So let's go ahead and put 1 black chip right there on the don't pass and see what happens. That is a 6 on the sticks. Well, now we are getting value towned by the casino. So right now, I'm not going to juice anything. I'm not going to pressure anything. I want to get out of this 6 as cheap as possible. 7 out, that's about as cheap as possible right there, guys. All right, so we're going to sit here and pay the 100, reset, bring to the off, turn this to the on, bring all these markers off this stuff, and let's see if we can get one more 6 and 8. We're at the 15-minute mark. The bus is already pulling up. The officers are getting ready with the shackles. I can't be here for too long. She working now, girls. That is a 9. Oh, why are you going to stress out my subscribers? Why do you have to be random math? Why can't you just do exactly what I tell you to do and make me a millionaire? Well, guys, we have 30 plus 6, 30 plus 6, so we have $72 out there. I'm just going to go ahead and put $90. Now I'm protecting my profit because I'm mad. Realistically, because I have 5 minutes left, I'm trying to get a little bit out there. Just to make one more stab at it, see if we can't get some more profit in the rack. When you have limited time in the casino, it's always hard to sit here and play on a limited budget, limited schedule. But you know what? The wives want to do something. The friends want to go out. That's a 7 out. We've just lost this. Get this out of here. I don't need any more. All right? But hold on now. We won this. So right here, before I say anything, 75 is going to pay 50. And 15 is going to pay 10. And look at that. The 2 presses that we had on each, which was profit from last time, those get taken. But once again, each one of those represents $29, which is over 50. So don't think you're losing $12 in this situation. You've already made the money on it. But guess what? We have just a little bit more time. And I'm just piping hot right now. I just can't help it. You can't sit here and have that many come outs without a 6 and 8 coming from somewhere. And I'm talking about downtown funky stuff alone. So we have 150 on the 8 and 6. We have 50 on the 5 and 9. She's working. I'm going to go ahead, just in case I have to go to pure value town, I'm going to offset that to a 100, 100. This is called a stab, guys, and we're stabbing. 12! So we're going to lose that 100. And once again, just like always, just leave that 100 going. And she's working. If I'm going to lose, I might as well lose for everything, you know? That's what I like to tell when I go to value town. All right, so 150 pays 175. Now, I want you to think about this. This 100 is going to account for the 100 you lost right here. Okay, so you really just made $75. And what I'm going to do is, first of all, tell the dealer in a very raspy voice, down, please. Please get me out of here. I'm going to take all this back, and what I'm going to tell the dealer is, like, dealer, I'm taking down my don't. So now I have nothing involved in this. The point's an 8. I already know that this is one of my last shooters. So I'm just going to take everything down and let it ride out. Now, when you do this, you might get a couple of crazy things happen that make you get back into the table. But for right now, we're just going to let it play out. That was a 9. That was a 4. First 4 thrown. That is a 10. We have a 4 and a 10 thrown. That is a 6 on the sticks. Once again, nothing's happening, guys. But all we're doing is counting money. I mean, that's really basically it. 6 again. We got a 66 on the sticks. Let's see if we can make something else happen. We got another 10. We got 2 10s now being thrown. You see how, like, now the table is starting to convince me of something. We got another 6, so 5-1. And if the table convinced me to do something, then I'll do something. 7 out. It didn't convince me. All right, man. Well, that was 20 minutes at a pretty slow pace for old DGE, but I was trying to take my time with it. Let's go ahead and see what we had here. So 1, 2, 3, 4,000, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. All right, that's 5,000. Get rid of all this. Man, look at that. We got 100. We got 200. We got 300. We have 325. We have 350, 360, 370, 375. And $377 with a rough session, a choppy table, and not a lot of things happening. Even if you were going to say, well, Charlie, you just did some crazy stab at the end, Charlie. I'm like, okay, then take the $75 I won from that stab, still up $300. So it's not the majority of my profit anyway. That was just a little cheese for the cheddar. All right, guys, this is Charlie for Drunk Guy Explains. I'll check you guys next time.